What's up, folks? Patrick Mulderrig here with my man David Pease.
What's up?
What's going on? You're an actor and a sommelier.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Between the two of them, I make a living.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bad one, but yeah, it's one.
Hey, it looks like a pretty good living to me. You have an assortment of rye you brought here.
There's rye and corn, and then there's bourbon. So that's all corn. So yeah, we can try a couple of different things. They're good.
And we're gonna go with Manhattan, right?
We're gonna do Manhattan.
Do Manhattan.
Fuck yeah.
So rye is traditional Manhattan.
I think so. I mean, I'm not a bartender, but when I think of a Manhattan, I think of rye as opposed to bourbon. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it
Spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bourbon's got that the corn
Sweeter.
Sweet. Yes.
Yeah. But we're already gonna put a sweeter vermouth into the cocktail, so I think it's better. Personally, I like the spiciness of rye more than I like bourbon, but I'll drink either one.
You know, that's what I like about you, Dave. We can hang out and drink all day long and not be too particular.
No. So there's one for you, and one for me, and that went a little over, so now we get a little extra.
That's all right.
Cool.
This table has seen its shares of little overs.
I don't judge you.
Everyone else does.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. So, it's a Sweet Vermouth. It's Italian. It's wine based, Cortese, and.
What do you mean if it's wine based?
Well, it's unlike these spirits, which are distillates, right? So this is a distillate of rye.
I get you. Okay. Yes, I'm sorry. Sweet Vermouth in general is, of course, wine.
Right. So when you use Martini and Rossi, and leave it out on top of the kitchen counter or next to the stove, and you use it for a martini, say 9 months after you've opened it, and it tastes like shit.
Yeah.
The reason is you've cooked your wine, and of course it's awful by that point.
Yes. Vermouth belongs in the fridge after you open it.
Yeah, I mean if you got the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you don't have a dorm size refrigerator, yeah, you got the room.
Otherwise, save it for cooking.
So let's do this. We'll try this one with just stirring it so that there's less water content, and then we'll do one where we shake it, and then we'll get actually more water. See what we like, and then we'll move on to the different.
And I don't think we said so. We're making Manhattans.
Yeah.
So,
Manhattans. Yeah.
Manhattan. So yes, so Manhattan. We have rye Manhattan. We've got the bourbon Manhattan, and you've heard them just watery and
There it is.
a little more boozy.
All right. There's a.
I like your technique. It's more the drill as opposed to the stir.
This is cribbed. I've seen good bartenders do it.
It's cribbed.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish that that was my discovery. It is not. All right. So let's strain, and then we'll garnish.
Excellent.
Hello.
Cool. Right on.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Let me give you a little garnish here. All right.
Yeah, dude. Garnish that bad boy up.
All right. So let's just get a little mist of lemon. And we'll see whether or not I can stretch this across your glass without it falling in it. Nope.
Good.
Fucked up.
That's close.
Yeah, oh well.
Do you prefer lemon, or I've seen them also with cherries sometimes? Is cherry?
I like them both.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Is it Luxardo cherries or the
Yes.
are the ones? Yeah. They're delicious.
Yeah, nice dark. Yeah.
Yeah. A maraschino cherry I wouldn't want. I'd rather not have it garnished at all.
Okay.
If that was the choice. If somebody came by with a bright pink
Just a little
maraschino
candy
cherry.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that in the cocktail.
No. It's a goddamn cocktail, not a sundae.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. There we go.
Oh!
Fuck that one. There you go. Anyway.
So how are we cooking? How are we looking?
I think we're looking good.
We're looking good?
Yeah, let's see.
Let's try it.
Cheers. It smells like a Manhattan.
Cheers.
That's really fucking good.
I think so. I concur.
All right then.
It's nice and strong with that rye there.
Yeah, but it's not overwhelming.
It's not kicking my ass by any means.
It's not hot. It doesn't feel like you're
Right.
Just flipping it back a ounce and a half of just straight rye.
No.
It's cold. It's not
Save
watered
that for
down.
the ski slopes, you know?
That's good.
Yeah. Right on. So this is good stuff. So let's give a quick once over of what you did here. You did how much? You did 2 parts rye.
I did 2 parts rye. Actually, I did 3 parts rye. 3/4. I did 3 to 1.
3 to 1.
3 to 1. 3 parts rye to 1 part sweet vermouth, and then just a couple of short dashes of Angostura bitters.
Short dashes to Angostura bitters.
Yeah.
Excellent. And a little lemon mist, lemon garnish.
Yeah, I think I pretty much got it with pith without any actual lemon. So there's a little bit more lemon than probably a professional bartender would use, but it's pretty good.
Now I think it's damn smacking.
Yeah. Cheers, man. It's good.
Salute.
Salute.
So Dave, when you were in Chicago, you did a lot of stage acting.
I did a lot of theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What theaters did you like being in?
I did a lot of work with this company called American Theater Company. A lot of friends that were there that were part of the theater company, and then I got to know everybody there. I did probably 5 or 6 shows with them. Good family of people. Most of the work was pretty straightforward, whether it was comedic or dramatic.
What do you mean by that? By straightforward?
Skin of our teeth. What else did I do? Scapan. Although it was we did the straight translation of Scapan. We did a new play at the time called Vic's Boy, workplace comedy. I actually broke my toe on stage with that.
Broke your toe on stage.
On stage. So I had to get. It was funny.
For everyone else.
For every not the breaking of the toe. I'm gonna in Vic's Boy. I played Vic. And I'm going to blackmail my boss, this woman who is my boss, a spectacular actress named Cheryl Grafe. And I invite her over to my apartment. She comes, and I'm going to strip and have the guy who's my work underling videotape us from behind the bed. So I'm going to seduce her.
Oh, yes.
So she goes to the bathroom. I whip off all my clothes, and then I'm standing there nude when she comes out. And this is at about the 14-minute mark in the
Are you on
first
stage
act.
nude at this time?
I took off the clothes on stage.
Bad motherfucker.
Facing upstage.
Facing upstage.
Facing
right.
upstage. Make sure my nuts were cold. So
Ass
that
to
they
the crowd. Yeah.
get the high balls so that nobody has to look at that.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm facing upstage throughout the entire thing, but I finished the entire first act naked. So I'm on stage for about 20 minutes nude. And
Dude.
it was something
I was
else.
about to say ballsy, but that's such a horrible term to use.
It was
this
balls
right
out.
now. Yes, it was balls out.
It was balls out.
Indeed, it was.
So Cheryl goes into the bathroom, and so I'm pulling off my clothes, and I don't remember if it was her or the other actor spilled some water, a little bit of water, like 2 ounces, maybe 2 or 3 ounces of water in
During
front of
the
bed.
scene?
Right,
Okay.
right before I had to undress.
Yes.
And so I've got, I don't remember, maybe 15, 20 seconds to get completely stripped while she's in the bathroom. And so I start doing that. And when I go to take off my pants, I lift up one leg, I pull it off, I go to put that foot down fast, plant my heel on the floor, which has this little tiny wet spot, which nobody saw. I couldn't see it, it's not supposed to be there. My heel went straight out from under me, my foot went right into a supported flat. Instantly broke. And I mean, for a moment, like, it was like this giant, it was like a flash pop in front of my eyes. It hurt so much, so quickly. And I'm like, I'm not naked. And gotta be naked for this scene.
Yeah!
So then I get the other pant leg off, and I'm doing this while the pain from the broken toe starts to amp up.
Is your big toe?
It was my big toe.
Fucking hurting.
It really hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fucking hurts bad. And so it cranks. Have you ever broken a toe?
Yeah, I've smashed them all kinds of ugly.
Absolutely, right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it hurts more
Big
and more
fucking
and
hurt.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a half hour, it hurts a lot more than when you broke it.
Yes, and considering it's a toe, it's a thing that's confined, like your fingers, your toes.
Nothing you can do about it.
The swelling is there, it's not getting out, and it's just a massacre.
And my blocking has me standing up the entire time. With a pillow over top of my junk. So she comes out. Nobody knows that I broke my toe, right? And she comes out, hits the roof, and then we do the whole thing, and it slays, positively kills. People are just pissing in the aisles. We finish the first act. As soon as I get off stage, I start to hop, and have to hop around and find some gigantic shoe, because I'm clothed for the second act for the entire rest of the play.
Right.
Yeah, so I had to find some giant pair of shoes because I couldn't wear my shoes for the.
Yeah, the thing's swollen, and that's gonna
swollen
fucking
hurts
hurt.
like hell. Yeah.
Did you let out an audible
No.
ow when you were smashed?
No, I think I might have. People were already twittering because it's clear that I'm taking off my clothes, and so people were all. And it's a comic setup, right? She's in the bathroom. She's gonna come out, and I'm gonna flash her.
Right. So they see it coming, so you can feel the build of the audience, like, oh shit.
My slip. I'm guessing people thought that was normal, that it was just a piece of slapstick, because it looked like sort of a slapstick setup. Nobody had no one had any idea. That
if you're hanging in character and you're nude, they're just like, oh, he could do. It's carte blanche, do whatever the fuck
whatever you want. And,
yeah.
I mean, and it's supposed to be funny. So, I mean, no one knew that I actually broke my toe until I walked home, and my girlfriend at the time thought I was drunk. She saw me out of her window, because she lived literally a block away. And so I walked out of the theater limping, and she thought I was hammered. And I was like, I got there, and she said, "You're fucked up." And I'm like, "You're fucked up." I'm sober as a judge, and my toe was broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know at that point. And I never went to the doctor, but I mean, it turned purple, and
Well familiar with them. Unless they're making a solid angle, there's really not
nothing.
much you can do. You
Not a
know,
thing.
lay off that bad boy, ice it.
You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, I think I used the theater's workers' comp. I mean, I think I did actually go get an X-ray of that, because it was covered. It was an equity show, so they had insurance. Yeah. Anyway, so that was that. What do you think of the rye?
The rye is good, man. I mean, it's it's like you said, it's not biting at all, even though it's strong, and that's great. You know,
kind of spicy. Does it seem a little like rye, caraway bread, something like that? So I think let's try corn bourbon.
Corn bourbon.
Yeah, regular bourbon.
Yes, bourbon. Yeah. Do they? What is that bourbon? What do you got there? Four Roses.
Four Roses.
Oh, that's right. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good bourbon. So let's do that. We'll do the same measure. And then later we'll try something that's a blend of rye and corn.
So what would you say when you're in Chicago doing stage, then you're out here? If you could give a synopsis, what's the difference between like an actor life in Chicago?
Generally speaking, it's a whole lot more concentrated on theater.
Sure, yeah.
Now, I don't know.
The lifestyle is there, because you're going out, you're knocking that out at night.
Here's the thing about that. The lifestyle in Chicago as a Chicago theater actor is, I think I can't say that there's not a strong community in LA, because there is.
Sure.
But the nature of the geography here changes things. And in Chicago, you can do all of this without a car. I did for years.
Yeah, New York as well.
So you walk to things, you go out together.
Yes.
The market is much smaller. I mean, it's a big theater market. It's a major theater market, but compared to LA, it's a lot smaller.
Right.
So you get to know, most of the people that are in that market within a year or two or three. If you don't know them, you know who they are.
Yes.
I was there for 10 years, and so I didn't know everybody. I knew a lot of people.
Sure.
Even if we weren't friends, like we knew who each other were.
Got that community vibe.
It did. Mm-hmm. There was not as much. I mean, here, obviously, the focus, there are some serious theater actors here that concentrate just on that, but I think I'll say this, it is the exception, not the rule.
Oh, yes, definitely.
In Chicago, it's the rule, and the people that focus on camera are the exception, and then there's also a pretty vibrant voiceover community there, too.
Yeah.
So, the difference is really sort of your professional focus. Out here, people will take classes for on camera, which you do in Chicago, but generally in Chicago, you're going to be focusing on what's going on for on camera. You're working on your monologues. You're working, you might just put something up with friends. People do that here, but there, you'll actually, rent space and go put it up.
Go do a show. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you think? All right, so now let's segue a little. So we're on this talking about film actors, and this being around the Halloween, the witching season.
Yeah.
We have both seen a film recently, haven't we?
Yes.
Independently of each other.
Independently of each other. I'm sure it was shot on film. Yeah.
Yeah.
We both took in a cinematic experience.
Indeed.
It was, what would you like to say about it?
It was Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh, yeah. Never seen anything like it. It is grotesque.
It is, he does not lie, folks. It is grotesque.
It is
There's something about the 70s. 70s was just radical, not just for horror, but for so many fucking films.
Well, there was something that I noticed right out of the gate. First of all, I thought all the stuff that started the movie was shot. Those establishing exteriors were from Florida. It looked like mangrove forests in Florida. It was exactly what it looked like, and I don't know, maybe it was.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know.
I don't know, but apparently it was.
What do you mean,
giant.
Mango forest.
Mango
I thought you said
forest.
something else.
But apparently this thing shot in Colombia in '79, and as opposed to everything else that I think of coming out of like Hollywood horror films, you know, any exterior shot around L.A. then was covered in smog. Everything was sepia toned, right?
Yes.
There, it's clear. It's like
Right.
it was like literally somebody like cleaned your glasses off in order to see this outrageously garish. What the hell do you call it?
It's you could go as far.
A macabre shit show?
You could call it. You could call it that. You could call it vile. You could call it. It was all right. Basically, what it is, Cannibal Holocaust. It came out.
Supposed to be social commentary, I'm guessing.
Oh, definitely. Yes. Yes. It came out in 1980. So it was filmed in the late 70s. Yes. And it's an Italian director, Italian film crew.
It's Italian everything, right? Italian money.
Everything's Italian. Yes. You look at those names.
Except for the extras.
Except for the yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. They had they used native folks, tribesmen.
Yeah.
And how they got the movie has a lot of killing. It has a lot of raping. And you mix and match different cultures, and it is one radical experience. I think I am.
And the killing is real, in that they kill animals on camera.
They do.
I was watching it with Betty.
You watch it with your fiance.
Well, the first half of it until she was disgusted.
Yes.
Fuck yourself. But when they
you gotta choose who you're gonna see that movie with. That's
I
great.
didn't know, man. Thanks for the warning. Yeah, you could have said this will disgust your fiance.
Oh my God!
She will think less of you, and obviously, conversely, think less of me. But that's different because you don't have to live with her.
Yeah. She can take me in small doses. You no.
No. She takes me in large
doses.
So anyway, with the first animal killing, like.
And it is the first because it happens
multiple times,
again and again.
And I was like, "Oh, boy, that looks realistic." And then they do it, and I'm like, "Oh, they're actually killing whatever the fuck that is." They call it a muskrat, but I mean, they're clearly killing that animal.
They are killing animals. Yes. I think that's what you did back in 1980. You went around and killed animals.
I guess. I mean, but it was shocking. It was. I mean, as a viewer, I was like. That's not an effect. They really killed that little animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when they killed the fucking turtle, I was like, oh wow, they're really killing a turtle. Which I mean, again, I terrapin soup. You know, I mean,
right.
But not for a movie in the middle of nowhere. I mean, didn't say anything about.
I don't know if that was utilized for the local restaurant or
I doubt
merely. Butchered prop on screen.
It was. That was kind of weird. By the way, cheers to the next Manhattan.
All right, so tell me about this Manhattan.
So the measures are the same. 3-1, except this one's made with bourbon. So the base of this is corn, so it should be sweeter.
Okay.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
And smells sweeter.
Indeed it does.
And it's delicious.
It's very good. I like it. I think I'd edge more towards the rye, but I certainly am not complaining by any means.
Something like this, I might want to go full sweeter and get that cherry. Put that cherry.
That's a good point. If this, bourbon goes with a cherry, you know.
Sweet.
The motif, you know.
So we stopped watching the movie almost halfway through it, about 55 minutes.
And then it became you watch the movie.
Yeah, or fuck you. That's what it was like.
Right.
Yeah.
And okay, so this movie, Cannibal Holocaust, I ultimately am
Very wet. Light on cannibalism, light on Holocaust. But go on.
You know what? I was piecing that together as we were going through. I was like, "Where's the fucking Holocaust?" But then I was like, "All right, seeing this movie is a Holocaust."
It is very offensive to.
Oh fuck yeah! People who are usually offended, it's very offensive too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I could see this movie offending just about anybody.
Yes.
And the person that it doesn't offend, I really don't want them.
Keep that guy in solitary confinement.
Yeah, whatever. Go enjoy your bong hits. Go ahead. But not for me.
But this movie is a classic in a weird way.
Okay.
And they have a shot that's an iconic shot, and I remember when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, I've seen this in cinematography books."
What was it? Ah, the impaling.
Yeah.
So it looks pretty stinking good.
It looks fucking good.
It does.
And at the time, people thought it was real.
And apparently, the director, was prosecuted for it.
Yeah. Oh, right.
So.
Ruggero Deodato.
Yeah, I mean, it looked really good. It looks.
That's the director.
No, that's who it was?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks so good. And I'm guessing that they used animal blood as opposed to some kind of manufactured kind of blood on her legs. That I thought to myself, I don't believe it because I don't believe that anybody would participate in this, right? Because that's murder, right? Or it's or at the very least, it's desecration of a corpse.
Yes.
And I'm like, there's no way. I mean, as bad as this thing went, as far out, I don't believe they desecrated a corpse.
Right. However, they're using natives in South America,
and
they're fucking natives.
Yeah, I mean, they're clearly indigenous people. They're very clearly indigenous people.
And so you're like, I don't know what the fuck goes on with them if they're like, hey, my God says he has to be impaled on a stick.
Yeah, for this fast-talking Italian prick.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ruggero Deodato, he did that's my best butchered Italian.
No idea how to pronounce his name.
Ruggero Deodato.
Okay.
Ruggero Deodato.
Presumably not a desecrator of corpses, but we don't know.
We do not know.
I mean, it's a safe assumption. But he does like to. He likes to simulate rape graphically.
Oh, fuck yeah, he does.
And then he likes to have a porno guy in his movie. So, okay, so I looked at
the lead actor. Robert
he's kind of the lead actor, right?
And who the fuck is the lead actor?
He's the reasonable character, right? And the setup of it, I mean, it was cool in a couple of regards. I mean, it's not a movie well, yeah, it is. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. But
you wouldn't recommend it to anyone? Oh,
I would recommend it to people that are serious about
cinephiles,
about film and about storytelling
yeah.
and horror. You
right.
know, I mean, it clearly informed. It's clearly the predecessor to the whole torture porn thing, right? All the hostile stuff.
Eli Roth, huge fan. In fact, his Eli Roth film, one of his later ones, called The Green Inferno.
That's what they called the jungle in the movie.
Yes, directly lifted from that movie. Yeah, that movie made its mark. You know?
So there you go. So
yeah.
It clearly does something, and it's a piece of social commentary. I don't know what was happening with the press in Italy at the time, but as commentary, I mean, it's about as vulgar as it. I can't imagine it being more vulgar.
It'd be hard to do.
The simulated rape is outrageous.
Fuck yeah, man.
And then they got the porno actor. And then the crazy, he's out there as a reasonable social scientist, right? And then the indigenous women come and bathe with him. And then one actress keeps reaching out and grabbing his fucking junk.
Yeah, I know.
Grabs his cock, grabs his balls, yanks on him a little bit, pats like a toy, bangs his cock up a couple of times, and she does it like a lot.
It's a native woman, and I kept thinking how he's directing this. Is he just like turn the camera on and do whatever the fuck you want, or is he turning on and be like,
I don't know.
Nah, touch the bars, smack the bars, stroke him off.
You kind of gotta get, and he's just like going with it. I didn't know that he was a porno guy. When I saw it, I didn't realize that until afterwards.
No, he's done such classics as Sex Boat.
And Debbie Does Dallas.
Debbie Does Dallas.
First pornography I ever saw in my life.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he might have been the lead
right.
guy in that.
Lead schlong in Debbie Does Dallas.
But I recognized him, but I couldn't remember where, because I don't know, I saw Debbie Does Dallas in the 80s.
He's in Spider-Man.
He's in Spider-Man?
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. The first one, he has a small part as a tugboat captain. That's the part. Tugboat captain.
God bless.
God bless him.
Yeah.
He's a working actor who's made some films and won a few awards.
I'm going to whip up one more.
Yes. Dude, let me down. I'm a little behind.
Take your time. I am not up to speed on the latest fights.
Okay.
What's going on? I mentioned the last thing that I saw was actually a couple months old. Some totally ripped.
You don't know their names, do you?
I don't know their names. They were middleweights. I mean, they were big guys. They were like 170 pounds.
Sure.
They're walking around. They're probably 195. I don't know.
They're definitely bigger than when they're fighting.
Than when they're fighting.
Yeah, solidly.
But he's ripped. I mean, he looks like a bodybuilder.
Yeah. So middle would be like 185. Then
something
you go
like
down
that.
170, 155. Yeah.
And I mean, you look at him, and he's the New York Crusher or something.
Is
like
this
that.
all right? It's an MMA fight.
Yeah.
It
was a UFC
I think
fight.
You're talking about a dated fight, I think, called New York City Badass.
That's him.
That was Phil Baroni. He's yes.
That's the guy.
It's been a while since he's fought.
I didn't know the date. I didn't know how old.
Generations of yore, but
Really?
yes, he definitely made his mark at the time. Yeah.
Was charismatic, and you think he's gonna,
He's got almost like he's got like an entertainer's vibe to him.
he does until he's getting his ass kicked.
Right.
Which is exactly what happened.
It's that's tough to finagle your way around
Right.
entertaining while getting thumped. But sure. Yeah, and that's the nature of the beast. You're always, if you're gonna do that game, you're gonna be on the flip side.
I couldn't do it. That's for fucking sure.
Well, then don't.
Then
So,
don't.
yeah, right.
Then there you are.
But what's coming up is what's you mentioned New York. He's a New York City Badass, and the significance of New York, or the coincidence rather, is New York just legalized fighting in New York, or MMA fighting. They allow kickboxing, Muay Thai kickboxing. They allow boxing, of course. And
So you mean in Madison Square Garden there hasn't been a UFC
never
fight?
been. I believe it's the last state. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's the most important last state, definitely, because of Madison Square Garden.
Right.
However, this next card is going to be the christening card on the Madison Square Garden. It's UFC 205. And the card is fucking stacked,
Like, what's the best? There's probably 2 or 3 fights that are supposed to be fucking epic, right? What's the one that I should be looking for?
The one the public, everyone knows, for you, a casual fan who
Because I enjoy watching it. I just don't take. I don't carve out time to do it.
Right.
But I do enjoy watching it.
So you're going to be aware of a guy named Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yes. Yeah. And he's fighting Eddie Alvarez.
I've heard of him.
Okay, great. And it might be because of Conor McGregor, because Conor McGregor is so huge. And Eddie Alvarez, I believe he really trains out of New Jersey. I think he's from Pennsylvania, Eddie Alvarez.
Where's the other guy from? Where's
Connor? For fuck's sakes,
he's
from
Irish.
Ireland.
He's fucking Irish.
And
that guy. He's got the Celtic thing tattooed all over him.
He's got tattoos. He's got like a crazy demon head on his chest,
Keeping it classy.
You know it, dude.
That would beat the shit out of me if he got the chance.
That dude has made a fortune, and part of his allure is not just because he's one hell of a fighter, is because the charisma. He fucks with guys who...
He gets in people's heads?
Big time.
Yeah.
If you can watch any of their prelude to the fight, the press conference,
they show a bunch of
calls
previous
these guys out and fucks with them. And they're not mentally weak guys, They've got an appointment to fight. That's a lot of concentration.
No, and these are guys that have demonstrated exceptional ability.
Exceptional ability. Yeah. It's not their first rodeo. It's championship fight.
Right.
So he's fighting Eddie Alvarez at 155. Eddie's the champ at that. Conor's the champ at 145. He's fighting.
So he's going up in weight. So is he at a disadvantage? Or is he at an advantage?
Well, he's actually favored by the odds.
Okay.
And Conor is. And one thing is, Eddie's great. But this is the thing. Eddie's a better wrestler.
Okay.
I think he's probably just as boxing better. Conor is better mover, better kickboxer. And he knows how to just fucking win and get in people's heads. And so the weird thing about being a matchup with a kickboxer and a boxer is the kickboxer the boxer tends to stand a little western, a little sideways, kickboxing front on, and it's a little advantage to a kickboxer because he will brutalize that leg that leaves exposed until it's difficult to stand on, and especially being a wrestler, difficult to shoot
and difficult to use his legs when he actually gets on the ground. I'm guessing
when he gets on, yes, it's a So I predict Eddie's going to want to take this fight, getting tight, get him to the ground. Conor's going to want to move around, hammer that fucking leg, and just not get taken down.
So, assuming both fighters are fighting at the same sort of professional level, which is...
Sure, top notch. It's top notch.
Right. Who do you think, or is it just not proven, who has the advantage, the wrestler or the striker?
Oh, it's that's been proven on both sides time and time
That's
again.
the thing, is it different guys.
It started off, the way it's evolved, it started off on the ground.
The wrestlers always, it seemed to me, but now...
But then it's changed and flip-flop. So what it is, it's like any competition. It's you know your strong points, and you know his weak points. So you try to make his weak points go into your strong points.
Cheers, this is fucking delicious.
Salute. So tell me about this drink, man.
Okay, so same thing, same measurements. This is a whiskey made out of New York. It's actually made in Brooklyn. And so it's a distillate of rye and corn. So there's the sweet element from the corn, and then you get that spicy rye. It actually almost seems like some kind of spiced candy, almost like a little bit of Red Hot, like a cinnamon. Mm-hmm. It's not, but you catch that?
I do.
And it's delicious.
Yeah, it's got that fireball aftertaste.
Not
overkill.
Not overkill, and it doesn't. Yeah. It's not like a candy.
No.
But it's a really cool, spicy note.
Right. If you hadn't brought up that Red Hot, analogy, I wouldn't just.
But it's right there.
But considering you did, you can feel that rise of heat. It's
excellent.
Yeah.
For sitting around a table talking about one of the most outrageous movies I think I've ever seen.
Right.
And an upcoming fight. It's pretty good drink.
With Eddie Alvarez. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then other fights on the card. If you see Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Tyrone Woodley.
Him I've heard of.
T-Wood, yeah. Mm-hmm. T-Wood came out.
They're heavier.
Yes, and they are fighting not too much. They're fighting 170. So Tyrone Woodley, he was a very decorated NCAA wrestler. He's morphed his game so his stand-up is good. But Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, he has the name Wonderboy for a fucking reason. Because he is just fucking magic on his feet. To watch this guy fight, you're just like, Jesus fucking Christ, you can get that good? So to see these
combinations of strikes and kicks and that kind of thing?
Strikes and kicks. It'll be similar in the sense that I predict Tyrone Woodley will want to get him to the ground. Mm-hmm. Tyrone Woodley's no slouch on his feet.
They're heavier. One guy's a striker kicker. The other guy's a grappler.
They're both very good in all areas, but one guy's strong point is on his feet, and that's
which is exciting.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Tyrone Woodley's. I mean, he's so well rounded. He came out of Missouri as a wrestler. So good, but he adapted his hands and feet. He's knocked people out. He has knockout power. He doesn't need to get people down. Uh-huh. I just think against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, he should get him down.
The grappler should have Tyrone.
Tyrone
should have an advantage.
Tyrone should. Yes, I think that should be his game plan.
When's his card?
When is it?
Yeah, is it tomorrow?
No, it's in early November.
Shows you how much I fucking know.
Yes.
No. Stupid.
Right, second week in November, so yes. So right there, it's Saturday, and it's, it'll be good coming from MSG, and the card is
Let's go see it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that sounds
all
like fun.
about it. So all right, so we're polishing this bad boy off. And which one did you like the most?
I think I like this third one, followed by the first one, and I actually liked, even though I like the bourbon a lot, I like it the least of the three.
I have a different opinion. I like them all, just like you. They're all just it's minutiae.
They're all good.
Oh, good. Now you are not putting diesel fuel in my glass at all. This is good shite.
Try not to.
And talking about Conor McGregor, I'm doing the shite.
The shite.
So what it is, I think the rye
number one
is
for
my
you?
favorite.
Okay.
Bourbon and in the mix, But that's
the beauty of it, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
Vive la différence.
Vive la France. I don't know.
That shows you how bad my fucking pronunciation is. I say vive la différence, and you
Différence.
say vive la France. I don't know. Here's to French bread.
Hey, dude. Fuck French bread.
Fuck yeah.
Le
Hey.
baguette.
Here's to Betty, my fiance from Quebec, from Montreal.
Ah!
Je t'aime, Betty. Cheers,
Hey,
man.
hey, hey. Well said. Bien sûr, mon ami. Well, cheers. So that's myself and David Pease.
Cool.
Closing
Thanks, man.
all for cocktails, films, and fights. And thank you. This is great that you made these drinks. These are fucking solid, dude.
They're delicious. I'm glad to do it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks for exposing me almost like a flasher to the Cannibal Holocaust.
Cannibal Holocaust. Well, you've exposed
It's something else,
yourself
man.
on stage, so you know. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thanks for bringing it around. Yeah, that's great.
Cannibal Holocaust. I recommend it for anyone who's a cinephile or any type of horror
It's something else.
file. It is a fucked up movie.
It is not for children or teens.
No, don't fuck around with that thing. Don't not to be taken lightly. Anyway, cheers, folks.
Cheers. Thanks, man. Cool.